Welcome to our channel. Africa, oh my beloved Africa. What if Ghana becomes the proof that Africa doesn't need permanent IMF lifelines to survive? What if June 2026 marks the moment an African nation stands up and says, we can manage our own economy? This is not just about Ghana. It's about Africa breaking a cycle of debt, dependency, and external control. When Ghana rises, it sends a message to every African country watching. Independence is still possible, but only if we are awake, informed, and united.
1 year ago, we inherited a nation in distress, an economy on its knees, unemployment crushing our youth, infrastructure crumbling, public trust eroded, and hope dimming in the eyes of our people. We're told that the recovery would take a generation, but I knew something our critics did not know. I knew the resilient spirit of the Ghanaian people. At the dawn of the new year, I stand before you to say, our beloved nation Ghana is rising again. We've accomplished a lot together in the past 12 months through prudent management and difficult but necessary reforms. We've reduced inflation from the distressing levels above 23% by the end of 2024 and are hopeful to end 2025 with inflation at single digits of just above 5%.
How will this be done? Goal number 1, fiscal discipline and revenue expansion. Ghana's planned exit from the IMF by June 2026 is anchored first on restoring strict fiscal discipline after years of overspending and debt stress. The government is tightening expenditure controls, cutting waste, and prioritizing spending that directly supports growth rather than consumption. At the same time, domestic revenue mobilization is being strengthened through better tax administration, digital tax systems, and closing loopholes rather than simply raising tax rates. Expanding the tax net to include the informal sector is a major focus, using technology to track transactions and reduce evasion. These measures are designed to steadily narrow the fiscal deficit. As deficits shrink, the need for IMF budget support declines. This fiscal credibility reassures markets and lenders. It also stabilizes government planning. By mid-2026, Ghana aims to show it can fund its budget largely from its own revenues. That self-reliance is key to exiting the IMF program.
We have achieved relative currency stability and on track to be ranked among the best performing currencies in the world for 2025. We're accelerating economic growth and creating more opportunities for our young people. We've restored business confidence and have seen a significant increase in both domestic and foreign direct investment. We've restored Ghana's credibility with our international partners, successfully completed the renegotiation of our debt obligations on terms that protect our sovereignty while at the same time ensuring sustainability. We're beginning the process of exiting the IMF program with dignity, not as supplicants, but as partners.
Goal number 2, debt restructuring and financial stability. A second pillar of Ghana's IMF exit strategy is comprehensive debt restructuring. Through negotiations with domestic bondholders and external creditors, Ghana is extending maturities, lowering interest burdens, and creating breathing space in its finances. This restructuring reduces the annual cost of debt servicing, freeing resources for development spending. The government is also committed to avoiding new unsustainable borrowing, especially short-term and high-interest loans. Strengthening the banking and financial sector is another priority, ensuring banks remain stable after domestic debt exchanges. A healthier financial system supports private sector lending instead of crowding it out. As debt indicators improve, Ghana's credit profile gradually recovers. This reduces reliance on emergency IMF financing. By June 2026, debt sustainability targets are expected to be met. That makes continued IMF oversight less necessary.
Goal number 3, export growth, FX stability, and reserves. Ghana's ability to exit the IMF also depends on stabilizing the cedi and strengthening foreign exchange inflows. The country is focusing on boosting exports beyond raw commodities by adding value to gold, cocoa, oil, and agricultural products. Policies supporting local processing and industrialization increase export earnings in dollars. At the same time, Initiatives to curb excessive imports help reduce pressure on foreign reserves. Improved management of the foreign exchange market is restoring confidence in the cedi. As exports rise and imports are better controlled, Ghana's balance of payments improves. This allows the central bank to rebuild international reserves. Stronger reserves act as a buffer against external shocks. With adequate reserves, Ghana is less vulnerable to crises. That resilience is critical for a clean IMF exit in 2026.
Goal number 4: growth, confidence, and policy credibility. Finally, Ghana's IMF exit strategy rests on restoring economic growth and investor confidence. Structural reforms under the IMF program are aimed at making the economy more productive, competitive, and transparent. As inflation falls and macroeconomic stability returns, businesses regain confidence to invest and expand. Job creation and income growth increase domestic demand without fueling inflation. Consistent policy implementation sends a signal that reforms are not temporary but long-term. This credibility matters as Ghana approaches an election cycle and beyond. If the government maintains discipline and avoids policy reversals, growth momentum can be sustained. By June 2026, Ghana aims to demonstrate it can manage its economy independently. Exiting the IMF then becomes not just a deadline, but a consequence of restored stability. In that sense, the IMF exit is a result, not the goal itself.
This is bigger than politics, bigger than borders, and bigger than Ghana alone. It is Africa's economic awakening. If Ghana succeeds, it opens a door for the entire continent to rethink debt, sovereignty, and self-reliance. Africans everywhere, at home and in the diaspora, must pay attention, support smart leadership, and demand accountability. If you are happy to see Ghana and Africa moving toward financial freedom, hit the like button to show your support. Subscribe to the channel so this message reaches more Africans who are ready to wake up, stand up, and push for an Africa that controls its own future.